Not my strong suit. When I was a kid we played football. They played rugby. They didn't mix with the local comp.
They only compete against the other private boarding schools.
You're a mine of information, D.S. Jones.
I could certainly get us an inside track, Gov. There's no great love lost between the ancillary staff and the rest.
What do you mean?
Upstairs, downstairs kind of thing. The common room is 90% Oxbridge, and half the boys are minor royalty, or the sons of international billionaires. They've got Mexicans, Russians, Chinese.
Skelgill grins ruefully. Could get interesting on parents' evening. The cartels meet the mafia, meet the triads, eh?
I don't think it's quite reached those proportions, Gov. The new head's apparently a throwback to the days of the Empire, a stickler for all things pucker, cold showers and a stiff upper lip. You'd better wear a tie, Gov.
Skelgill seems lost in momentary reverie. Sorry?
When we go down to the school in the morning, you ought to wear a tie. I take it we're meeting the head.
A pained expression takes hold of Skelgill's features, their creases made more sinister by the dim lights and shadowy deep crimson velvet backdrop of the restaurant. That's the bad news, Jones.
You don't have a tie?
D.S. Jones sounds unsurprised. Skelgill licks his lips as if his mouth has suddenly become dry. No, it's not that. I'm talking about the Chief's email. D.S. Layton's back from leave. It appears he's done the initial groundwork. I'm to meet him at Keswick and go on to the school. You're to report at County HQ for your next assignment. Chapter 2. Bassenthwaite Lake. It is raining steadily as Skelgill rows with deceptive economy in a southerly direction, some 30 yards out from the leafy osiers lining the east bank of Bassenthwaite Lake. At just before 6 a.m., he's the only soul on the water, though its protected conservation status and secluded character ensure a minimum of human interference at most times of day. The Lake District's only lake, as Skelgill is wont to point out to bemused visitors, lies in quiet contrast to the likes of Windermere and Derwent Water, which on bank holidays boil with the flailing oars and over-revved outboards of an unseaworthy fleet of day-trippers. Skelgill, however, holds the requisite fishing and boat permits. Those in authority are content to have him prowling on their behalf, albeit at the hidden price of the odd salmon or sea trout that finds its way into his freezer. Not that Skelgill is a game fisher. His obsession is the pike, a catch-and-return species. He holds the unofficial top weight for the water and is convinced a monster British record not only haunts its depths, but on 3 occasions has snapped him up. Fishing parlance for one that gets away, tackle and all. Today, however, pike are not the target. Instead, a whippy 12-foot perch rod trails prominently from the stern. This would tell the seasoned Skelgill watcher that while he's clad for the occasion in a weather-beaten barber outfit, he's not fishing seriously. At best, he's stalking bait. In fact, the rod is strictly for appearances, and his mission is one of reconnaissance. His boat slides near silently across the silvery mere. The faint swish and splash of his oars harmonizes with the pervasive sibilance that is the hiss of millions of raindrops entering the water, pitting its surface with an ever-changing yet homogeneous tessellation. He rests mid-stroke, pausing to shake off beads of sweat mingled with rain that drip from his eyebrows and nose. The heat wave might have ended, but the relative humidity must be close on 100. High above, to his left, Skiddaws' vast grey-green bulk may no longer exist. Even its little outrider, Dodd, is blanketed in mist, signalling to Skelgill that the cloud base is well below 1,500 feet, 1,000 at best. Only the whitewashed Bishop of Bath, a pale smudge over on the afforested western flanks, is visible of the customary landmarks. Typical Lakeland summer weather has returned. Skelgill espies the first neatly painted sign that proclaims, beneath a crest in the shape of an acorn, "Private property, keep out." There's smaller lettering beyond the limits of his vision. No doubt it warns, "Trespassers will be prosecuted." He stares intensely, as though he objects to the concept. They've effectively abolished private land up in Scotland, and such egalitarian rights of access appeal to his fierce sense of fairness. It's the source of long-running beer fuel.